Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game is so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
We welcome you inside Bishop Luers High School tonight, an all-important early season matchup, or we should say now mid-season matchup between these two teams, as the 5-8 Bishop Luers Knights, a team that is getting right back on the hustle to being a force in the SAC, taking on last year's 2A semi-state competitors in the Woodlan Warriors. Great matchup here for you tonight here on Summit City Sports, and we believe we have a great one here on the docket here tonight. And tonight's game here on Summit City Sports is brought to you by the following. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Big Eyed Fish. You can enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment only at the Big Eyed Fish. By Tom Steel Tire, servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. You can visit them at two locations off North Clinton and West Jefferson at Tom Steel Tire. By Ottweller Contracting, from bid to build, they give you peace of mind throughout the entire process. Visit OttwellerContracting.com. By Summit Volleyball, building and training champions from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the Summit. By Jolly Law Firm, the area's premier criminal defense firm. Visit them online at jollylawfirm.com. Whether you're facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolly Law Firm helps defend the accused from the government. By Siaka Cleaning and Restoration. Quality work, responsive service, and a commitment to people. That's what they're all about. The leaders of janitorial, water damage, and restoration. Visit them online at siakas.com. By the University of St. Francis, online degree programs able to be completed in your convenience and your flexibility. Visit them online at online.sf.edu. By the leaders in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration, TJW Industrial. Visit them online at tjwindustrial.com. Brought to you by the 12,000 Hoosier men and women on the affiliated local unions and local councils that help build Indiana. We are LIUNA. You can earn your edge this season thanks to Parkview Sports Medicine's Edge training program designed to build on your maximized athleticism. Visit them online for a free evaluation right now at parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge. And, of course, brought to you by the fine folks here at Summit City Sports. You can follow us on X at 260 Sports. Like us on Facebook, search Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And it gives us great pleasure to say, for the first time in quite some time, welcome inside to Bishop Luers High School. We were out on the field Friday night for the loss against Snyder for football, but for the first time in quite some time, we are here inside Bishop Luers High School for an all-important matchup and a key one on the schedule tonight for the Knights as they welcome in the Woodlan Warriors. Joe Northern, my tag team partner, Gavin Wirt, delighted to have you with us. Take a look at the tail of the tape right now between these two teams. It is a very young Bishop Luers team that feels as if they have the right things to move forward when it comes to attacking up front. Taylor Albers, a junior hitter, averaging 2.3 kills per set. Claire DeFlutier, the freshman outside hitter, getting on the board and averaging 1.6 kills per set as it stands right now. And again, just a Luers team that really seems as if they have a lot of great things going on as it stands up front. Aubriana Flateau averaging 1.5 kills as it stands right now, but currently leading the way in blocks at 19 blocks per season. Kayla Smith, one of the senior leaders on this team, averaging 4.8 digs here in 2025. And the Warriors, again, just really doing a great job of continuing to the Knights, we should say, continuing to really try to rebuild up a program that has only had 2 winning seasons in the last 10 seasons. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, the Woodlan Warriors. The Warriors, they come in at 6-1 on this season. Last year's semi-state competitors, and a Warriors team that really has continued to ride on its senior leader in Alyssa Anderson, but benefiting from the junior transfer in Katie Bottoms, coming in at 2.2 kills per set. Lexi Peoples also coming in at 2.2 as it stands. Tori Caproser, another leader for this Woodland team, coming in at 3.15 in the heading percentage. McKenna Smith, a senior defensive specialist, at 2.9 digs per set. And really the digging has done a great job for the Warriors this season, with Smith leading it at 2.9, but Maggie Smith, the freshman, coming in at 2.8, Lexi Peoples at 2.6, and Smith leading when it comes to aces at 0.8. So again, it's the Warriors trying to continue the momentum. Had currently 6-1 on the season, lone loss to a very good and resurgent Norwell team here in 2025 thus far. Bishop Luers coming in at 5-8, but certainly trying to turn the tide. And a win again tonight and a win against Woodland tonight would certainly make some noise across the 260. We'll step aside, get ready for starting rotations and opening serve in just a moment.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Club Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never make it no. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bow. Oh God. Let her cook.
We welcome you back inside. Starting rotations now being introduced and getting loud here at Bishop Luers Gymnasium. Number 1, Katie Bottoms. Number 7, Maggie Smith. Number 8 in the rotation, Lexi Peoples. Number 5, Tori Kosher. Also got to get the starters. Number 10, Alyssa Anderson. And at number 12, Bree Peoples getting the lineups. Starting rotation lineup, we should say, for Woodlan. They're coached by Jared Rydell, assisted by Haley Tennell, and JV coach in Star Smith. Meanwhile, for Bishop Luers, the lineups looks a little bit like this. Number 5, Kaylee DeFluter. Number 7, Taylor Albers. Number 8 in Victoria Strack. Number 9 in Claire DeFluter, the Fluter sisters, lighting it up here tonight. Number 10, Aubriana Flateau. And number 4 in Pasti Garcia. So the lineups again here tonight. Kind of a color rush game, if you will, you should say, between these two teams. Bishop Luers going to be in the red home jerseys, the white stripes on the jerseys, on the sleeves and down the sides, and black numbers lined out in white with whites in black lettering. Meanwhile, Woodlan going to be in the Carolina blue jerseys here tonight, with a dark blue and white stripe in the middle of the sleeves. Libero going to be in short sleeves in the white shirt and the white jersey. And navy numbers. For Bishop Luers, Libero is going to be number 3, and Kayla Smith, she'll be in the black jersey, red numbers, white stripes on the sides and on the sleeves here tonight. Glad you're with us. Again, first game we've been able to bring you inside here at Bishop Luers. Couldn't be more than excited to bring it to you. And really, two teams that we don't want to say necessarily have flown under the radar. As you know, Woodlan, a semi-state competitor last season at the 2A level, and certainly have all the makings of trying to make another deep run here in 2025. But meanwhile, for Bishop Luers, coming in 5-8, but very strong 5-8 here in this 2025 campaign. And again, they've just kind of gone back and forth we go. But the Warriors again looking to try to go to 7-1 on the season, but won't do so off a quick ace immediately to get this match started. And this time it is off the hands of DeFluter. Or DeFlutier, we should say. Nearly went 2 in a row. Dug up in the meantime from Smith. This time, lobbed over. They go to the middle side. Another swing up top into the net. So not high enough for the Knights. And we started off at 1-1. Coaches again for both teams. Lisa Price leading Bishop Luers. For Woodland, led by Jared Rydell. And the swing across coming, but just a little short. This time from Maggie Smith. And 2-1 advantage of Bishop Luers. Warriors coming in 6-1, only loss in the season. And at least with speaking to the staff and family members, just kind of a quiet evening and a week of fatigue. Third match of the week and the loss to Norwell, but we should say a very resurgent Norwell team here this season. But nonetheless, we are even at 2 here in the first. Alyssa Anderson currently leading the way and just about everything on the board. Gets a quick ace to make it now 3-2. So in the first 5 points, 3 aces already on the board between these two teams. And has certainly continued to keep the momentum going. Here's another swing across, this time from Anderson. This time goes out of play. So again, just kind of the tail of momentum. How do you find it? How do you keep it? Taking a look at some of the Luers wins this season, 4 of the 5 have come in straight sets as that one goes into the net. We're back on the board for Woodland. Meanwhile, for the Warriors, of their 6 wins this season, certainly something to keep in mind. All of theirs have been in straight sets too. Their lone loss also in straight sets against Norwell. Goes up, nearly a 4 call. They say play on. Chance up coming out to Crozer. Tip down. Gets it inside to connect over to Peoples. Peoples gets it over. But they collide inside and back on the board for Luers. And we are even at 4 here in set number 1. Joe Northern, delighted to have you with us. Get a great matchup tonight between these two teams. It's Woodland 6-1 of the season, trying to get their 7th win. Bishop Luers looking for a statement that could possibly do so here tonight against a Class 2 local powerhouse as that swung down in time from Lexi Peoples on the board. It's making now 5-4 advantage of Luers, or Woodlan, I beg your pardon. So Woodlan with a quick swing across, leading now 5-4. Push across coming from McDaniel. McDaniel gets this across. Another swing, blocked up at the net and in time as Bree Peoples gets this one across the board and in. As the Concordia transfers certainly continuing to play an impact here for the Woodland Warriors. And that one swinging just wide and out of play. As we are even at 5 here in the first. Push across coming from Albers. That one down low. They look for another chance. This one tipped up opposite side and in. And a quick opposite tip coming in from Claire DeFloutier. Gets it on the board. And just like that, it is Luers with a 6-5 advantage. Take a look at that again one more time. Powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. That one sails into the net on the previous point to make it now 7-5. So a mid-net collision on the board, and the Knights now with the advantage. Dug up opposite corner, saved by Peoples on the right side, but lobbed out on the opposite end by Smith. And it's Bishop Luers now with a 4-0 run to start here in set number 1 to make it 8-5. As Taylor Albers doing a great job on the serves. Swung wide and out of play. Luers on a quick 5-0 run here in the first. And we'll have a switch in the rotation this time. It'll be Michaela Gruber entering the match, as Maggie Smith will step off the court. Here's Albers now. Off the tweeter and in. That is 6 in a row on the board, this time for Bishop Luers. And the run continuing, and favorite coach Lisa Price and company, this is exactly what you're looking for. Right up the middle they go again to Peoples. This one up inside, couldn't get it. Or get a Smith, we should say. So into the net, and the Knights started off with a 7-0 run here in set number 1, as we'll step aside, but a quick start for Bishop Luers here on a Monday night.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, a 7-0 Bishop Luers run gets this match started here at the home of the Knights. As Woodlan again has kind of struggled a little bit on the receptions and at least trying to get some of those quickly on the board, but nonetheless, it is a 7-0 run thanks to the hands of number 7 and Taylor Albers. This one swung up off the tip and in. To the net it goes. So a swing tip into the net. As the Warriors again trying to go with a little bit of a right setup as it stands. But Albers doing a great job of trying to pick apart the front line. This one dug up opposite end. Won't be an ace for her this time. Another chance brought up. It goes over to Peoples. Swung down and that is it. The swing off Gruber to get it on the board, but not before Bishop Luers goes on a striking 8-0 run to start here in set number 1. It's going to be in the hands of libero in McKenna Smith. Smith gets this across. Another quick swing tip down and in, this time over from Floto. And a double going to be called this time against Gruber. And so the Knights with a 13-6 advantage here in the first. And if you're keeping track of the scoring at home, that is a 9-1 run. An advantage of Luers. They go up the middle. Another chance swung uptown to DeFloutier. Goes over to Peoples. Gets it swung down and in. That's the great swing and attack coming in from number 8 in Lexi Peoples. As we take a look at that again one more time, powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning, and she's just about to bring that over on the serve. Gets the commanding swing up front, strikes it down and in. And the lead back down to 6. 13-7 our score. This time, blocked again at the net. Still kept live in Luers territory. And a great push. But back in time again from the hands of Smith. Peoples again on the dig. Another pitch up front, gets us across, goes back over to Gruber. They got to set it up front, and they do. It's DeFloutier, down and in! Claire DeFluter gets it on the board. As she gets a big swing across, as we take a look at that again one more time. Powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. And so it's been Bishop Luers. The story has been here tonight. Commanding the front line. This one, dog up back to Smith. Gets this one, a little back pitch. A little miscommunication from her younger sister in Kayla. DeFluter, we should say. Her older sister, Kayla DeFluter. 14-8, Luers with the advantage. Woodlan trying to find a quick possibility to go on a little bit of a long run of their own here in the first. Here's the swing across, down from Smith, out of play. As the swing goes wide and quickly back on the board for the Saints. They have a 7-point lead starting out here in set number 1. And it's been thanks to at least an early set surge coming from the hands of number 7 and Taylor Albers getting it on the board. This time brought across from MJ Brell. They got to go back row off the deflection, and they do from Smith. This time over to Peoples. Peoples again. Swung down and in. The commanding swing from Katie Bottoms. And finds the front line to make it now 15-9. So Bottoms again finding the quick swing across. Strikes that down and in. As you see now, number 10, Alyssa Anderson. Core senior leader for Coach Jared Rydell and company. Off the hands of Bottoms. And back on the board for Luers. And it's 16-9. And a 7-point advantage of the Knights, as they've done a great job of trying to pick apart the Woodland attack here this evening. Another swing tip goes over to Peoples. Gets this one swung across and down and in. Taylor Albers up front gets it on the board. As Albers with a quick strike. And it's an 8-point game advantage of the Knights. Chance upcoming now for Kayla Smith to get it across. Smith gets this one over. Brought down opposite side. Finds Crozier. Crozier gets it down and in. So Crozier gets it on the point. 7-point advantage to the Knights. The run certainly continuing. Hands of number 5 and Tori Crozier. Gets this one over, swung up, great block again from Peoples. Now another chance floated out of the box. So out of the box in the hands of Garcia. And the lead back to 6, 17-11 here in set number 1. and what's been a certainly entertaining first set here this evening. But in case you're just joining us, it was led by a quick rally from the hands of number 7 at Taylor Albers, the outside hitter, leading to 8 in a row on the board. It's the largest lead the Knights have had here tonight, but that lead now trimmed down to 5 as the Knights trying to go on a quick little run of their own. Little miscue off the hands of Bree Peoples. And it's now a 6-point game. Advantage 18-12 of Bishop Luers. As they go back again to back of the line, find number 12 in Savannah Ferguson. Again, really taking a look at these lineups. Bishop Luers, not too many seniors on the varsity squad, only 3 as it stands. Woodlan, a very senior-heavy lineup here. This one off the tip and in. And a commanding swing up front this time, give it in from Katie Bottoms. And it's 18-13. But the Warriors certainly trying to battle back here. The mid-late stages here of the first. As Maddie Halsey takes her time, but doesn't get it high enough. So the lead now extended to a 6-point game, 19-13. As Bishop Luers again has really stormed out early on here in the first. Hasn't necessarily looked back since then. Of course, still plenty of time. That one dunked up. They have to go for the free ball chance, and they do. Run over from it, Albers. But into the net it goes. Does not go. And the lead back to 7 for the Knights. And who else but Albers now with an opportunity again to bring it over. Gets this one across. Goes to the mid-row. Chance swung, tipped in inside. As number 7, the freshman, and Maggie Smith finds kind of the upper left corner from our vantage point. Back left if you're Bishop Luers, standing from the player's standpoint. And quickly gets it back in time. And a 6-point game. Here's Smith now. Gets it across. Chance up coming again for the Fluter. Fluter. Up into the net. Woodland still keeping it going. Chance again. Jump. Light leap it in. As Aubriana Flateau gets it on the board. As she finds the commanding tip. And sometimes it doesn't really command the hard swings to try to get up and in. But sometimes, you look for the angle. It can make a big difference here on the board. Another swing across. They go for Anderson. Anderson again. Dug up free ball from Rom. Chance up coming again for Woodland into the net and in. As the Warriors found a way to go back row and rather quickly. 21-15. An advantage of the Knights. The Warriors certainly trying to battle back here in this one. Into the net, and not in time. 22-15. Luers with the opportunity. Fluter gets it across. They go to the back row, tipped up, set back by Anderson. Swung up by the libero and Smith. They're going to have to go triple hit, and they do in time. Gets it up to Smith. They set it up, tipped in time. They go back over to Strack. Now again in Woodland territory. Swung up, tip finds Eager. Eager gets it inside. As Eve Eager gets it on the board. And a 6-point game. But again, the momentum just continuing to try to shift from both sides. Here in the first, and a quick ace. And a generous bounce coming in from number 7, the freshman, and Maggie Smith on the board. Smith gets it up opposite side. Lobbed back over to Albers and blocked again, this time from Anderson. And what was a lead of 8 is now a lead of 4. And the Warriors now trailblazing back in here in the first. But won't find the angle on that one, and the lead back to 5. 23-18 here in set number 1. So we see MJ Brell now bringing across. Senior right setter. Into the net it goes, and we're back to 4. 23-19. An advantage of Bishop Luers. But the Warriors now trying to ride in pole position, and no one to help them more than their senior in Anderson. Anderson gets it over, finds it low, but a great dig in time from Albers. Tipped up and down and in! As Vaste Garcia gets it on the board, and it's a game point opportunity for Bishop Luers. So the Knights trying to steal one against Woodlan here. Sails out of the box, they won't do it on that. And it's 24-20. Now another chance upcoming, set up by Anderson, lets it roll, saved by Peoples. Now it goes back over to Smith. Smith again on the lob. Another chance up front. Saved in the interim by Crozier. Crozier again, tipped up, over, down, and on the board! And that is how the first comes to a close. And it's thanks again to the up front tip for the second time tonight from Aubriana Flateau. The sophomore middle blocker finds a way to get the angle, lets it roll, and gets it on the board. And just like that, you have yourselves a Bishop Luers lead as we go into the second. So as we go to the second, it's the Knights leading Woodlan 1-0, 25-20. We go to the second. Back with you in just a moment.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
We welcome you back here in set number 2 as Woodlan wins the first 25-21. And tonight's broadcast here on Summit City Sports is brought to you by the following, including the Big Eyed Fish, with 4 locations in Fort Wayne and Big Eyed Fish Express. You can enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment only at the Big Eyed Fish. By Tom Steele Tire, with 2 locations best to serve you off North Clinton and West Jefferson. Servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years for tires and other automotive services. It's got to be Tom Steele Tire. By Ottmuller Contracting, from bid to build, Ottmuller Contracting provides peace of mind throughout the entire process. Visit ottmullercontracting.com. By Summit Volleyball, training and building the highest quality volleyball players from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. By Jolly Law Firm, the area's premier criminal defense firm. Whether facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolly Law Firm helps defend the accused from the government. by Siaka Cleaning and Restoration. Quality work, responsive service, and a commitment to people, the leaders in janitorial, water damage, and restoration. Visit Siakas.com. From the University of St. Francis, online degree programs can be completed in as little as 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. By TJW Industrial, the leaders in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit them online at tjwindustrial.com. By the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with the affiliated local councils and affiliated local unions that help build Indiana, we are LiUNO. Get earn your edge this season thanks to Parkview Sports Medicine's age training program, helping maximize your athleticism. Visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge. And brought to you by Summit City Sports. Be sure to like us on X, search Summit City Sports, and be sure to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's hard to say with X if it's still follow because you think of follow with Twitter, but still, it's not a completely different platform. But you have blue sky out there too. Nothing but blue skies out here today, but certainly the Knights leading the charge here in set number 1 as they win it over Woodlan 25-20. Back with you here, Joe Northern alongside the glue, Gavin Wirt. Delighted to have you with us. First of 3 we'll have on the court for you this week here on the network, as tomorrow night we head over to Bishop Dwenger, from one Bishop to another, we should say, as we'll see the Norwell Knights, the only team that Woodland has fallen to as it stands this season, take on the Saints. It'll be about a 7 p.m. start time tomorrow night over at Dwenger. And Thursday, we'll get our first look of the Heritage Patriots this season as they head over to Leo. Right here on SummitCitySports.com. Well, we think we've got an entertaining one right here now between these two teams as this swing is across, down, up. Finds Crozier, gets it back inside, connects over to Smith. Smith lobs it over opposite side. And they go back in to find Peoples. Peoples double tip down and in. As the commanding tip up front from a leading blocker on this team in Lexi Peoples gets it across. As we take a look at that again, powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Found the edge she was looking for and was able to get it quickly on the board. She brings it over here in the first. This one lopped up opposite side. They bring it back over to Garcia. Not high enough. 2-0 advantage of the Warriors. So now they're trying to find their edge. And who else but Lexi Peoples now to bring it over. When you take a look at the stats this season for her, she's done a great job of at least commanding the swings up front. How about an ace for number 8? She's third on the team, tied for second on the team at kills per set at 2.2. Another push across, back row they go. Gets this high, double tip off the hands of Garcia. Now another chance up front. Gets it inside to connect with Smith. Smith again, opposite corner. Lets it fly out of the box. And 4-0 Woodland starting off on a roll here in set number 2. In case you're just joining us, the Knights winning the first 25-20. But the Warriors started off rattling 4 in a row, but dropped this one. Now to make it a 4-1 game. Joe Northern, Gavin Wirt, delighted to have you with us. Delighted to be right here in Bishop Luers for the first time in quite some time inside. As this one swung up, dug back by Smith, sails out of play. And back on the board as, again, this is a Bishop Luers team that has only seen at or above 500 only 3 times in the last 10 years. And while they stand currently at 5-8 right now, they certainly have the right stuff to try to get things going here in this campaign. But the question is, can they continue and maybe get a staple win here tonight? Goes into the net off the hands of Maggie Smith. But meanwhile, we talk about this Woodland Warrior team, a team that went all the way to the Final Four last year in semi-states. The only thing really stopping them right now in their sectional is their fellow ACAC foe in South Adams, of which they are in that same sectional, and you know that's going to be awfully intriguing once October rolls around. And hard to believe, doing the math, postseason play is just a little over 5 weeks away. Anderson gets it over. Another chance swing up front. Finds Vasquez. Vasquez tries to keep it up in time. Gets it on the board. A quad hit goes as Peoples goes diving into the stand. She's okay. As Lexi Peoples, I should say, takes the dive to the stands. But they're looking to see how that point is going to count for Luers. And they look to say that's going to be a double. So they'll call a double hit off Woodlan. And so the lead back to 2. 6-4 here in the second. Another chance swing up coming. This time brought down and in. Katie Bottoms finds the back of the court. And quickly answers back on her own. As we take a look at that again once more. As Anderson again, you see, finds the angle, swings it down, and just beats Taylor Albers in time. And the tip goes out of play. So the swing goes wide and out of the box. The score is showing 8-4. So they rule it as a missed tip. I believe it should be 7-5, but we go by what the board is saying. Nonetheless, that's on the board for the Knights. And it's now 8-5, so they brought that point back. So now we are correct at 8-5. Brought over now from Albers, opposite side, block tip. Gets us up front now to connect with Flateau. High tip saved in time by Woodland, and they go back to the back row. Swing across, coming over to Eager. Saved in the meantime up front again by Woodland. Now another chance. They go to Peoples. Peoples tips it back and out of play. And so the Warriors trim it back down to 2 and make it now an 8-6 game. So the Knights trying to surge their way back, looking for an all-important pivotal victory, and one that could certainly brighten their resume here at 25 as the swing goes wide. From our vantage point, it looks like just a few inches outside. This time off the hands of number 1 in Katie Bottoms. So the Knights have the chance to even it up at 8 apiece. This one lobbed over, opposite side. They go back to connect with Smith. Smith again. Lurked up to connect with Crozier. Crozier down and in time, as it's Bree Peoples gets it on the board, and the lead extended back to 2. 9-7 the advantage. And so Peoples, both Bree and Lexi certainly continuing to make an impact for the Warriors team. As this one swung across, they get this high, tipped in time to connect over to Floto. Gets it back over to Smith. Again, chance up front. Tipped back to go over to Floto. Floto still keeps it. Back row, and the tip from Floto does it again, as Woodland had to scurry for the chase on that one. And we are now even at, down by 1, 9-8. Another swing, this time down and in. And a quick up front swing coming in from Claire DeFluter gets it on the board. So we take a look at that again one more time quickly, powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. So we are even at 9. Smith now across. Back into Luers territory. DeFluter. Double connection back over to Smith. They got to go for the free ball reset, and they do. DeFluter tip. Saved in the meantime, goes back to Crozier. Crozier again, lobs us across, off the net, and on the board. And all of a sudden, Luers back up top, 10-9, as they've really played kind of the advantage of just avoid the box as much as you can as that one goes into the net. Off the hands of Smith. But that has really been the strategy here in set number 2. As they lead it, as they even it. 10-10 apiece. Here's Smith now. Cross. Smith locked up. Gets this back. Another chance. Smith can't get it up. And back into the net we go. 11-10 the advantage of the Warriors. But they are certainly continuing to ride the momentum here in the second. Chancelot back. Gets this across. Tipped down and got it. And a great swing across from Claire to Floutier, excuse me. Gets it on the board. And the lead is still even at 11. A very even second set, we should say. Very reminiscent of what we saw here in the first. Another chance. Tipped down. They get this across. Lob back opposite side. Finds Smith. Smith again. Gets this down and over. Another chance. Tipped again. This is still kept live. They go back to DeFluter. DeFluter again across. Gets this one swung over, dug up. They'll have to go back up front, and they do, but Garcia could not get an angle on it. And it makes it now a 12-11 game, an advantage of the Warriors. But certainly one of those matchups that you feel like things are just going to continue to go back and forth we go. And a quick ace on the board, this time from the Warriors. And again from number 8 in Lexi Peoples. So Peoples getting the all-important insurance point to make it now 13-11. As we are just about midway through set number 2. Hit up by Smith. Smith again, lobbed opposite side. Gets this one struck down and in. How about that commanding swing coming in from number 7 from the freshman in Maggie Smith. As Smith finds the angle to answer it in time. Quick look when we get a chance for it. That one sails out of play off the hands of Smith. So the Warriors still with the insurance point. They lead by 2, 14-12 here in set number 2. Joe Northern alongside Gavin Word. Delighted to have you with us here tonight. As it's really been a back and forth affair. Luers dominating the first, but the Warriors certainly finding a way to rebound here in the second. This one, cross court, connects in time. Finds DeFluter. DeFluter gets it over. Now another chance back up front. This one, cross court, gets back over to Garcia. Garcia again, tipped over, finds Anderson. Anderson now back again, finds Alber. Alber into the net. As Taylor Albers could not get it over and in time, and it's 15-12 advantage of the Warriors. As they're getting ever so closer to even in this matchup at 1 and trying to make it a brand new ball game here at Bishop Luers. But the Knights will get 1 point closer with that going into the net. And a chance upcoming now for Victoria Strack. Strack now gets this over. Gets this one across. It's back over to Anderson. Gets this down and in. And who else but the senior and Alyssa Anderson getting the quick push across to getting the Warriors back up by 3. Their largest lead of the night, or second largest lead of the night thus far. They led 4-0 to start here in the second. But won't get closer to matching that with that one into the net. And it's 16-14 advantage of Woodlan, but the Warriors of the Knights trying to continue to get on the way back. Run over by Vasquez. Saved by Smith on the back row. They go again up front. Finds Albers. Albers on the attack. Saved by Smith. Now another tip. Gets it back over to Floto. Floto again. Again, saved by Peoples. Another chance. Dug by Peoples. Her sister's keeper on the board. And the connection from Lexi to Bree. As you take a look at that again one more time. And now a 3-point lead advantage of Woodlan. And the Warriors now continuing to light it up. Here's Tori Crozier. Crozier gets it over. Goes back over to Smith. Smith again. Lobbed across. Down low, goes over to Floto. Floto gets it back in the corner. Goes over to Peoples. Down and in. Lexi Peoples, the right side hitter, getting the swing across and back on the board. And Woodlan now with their largest lead tonight. 18-14 here in the second. Brought over again by Smith. That one into the net. And down over again by Vasquez. So Vasquez could not, or Bottoms, who should say, was trying to find the angle, could not get it. So the Warriors an opportunity to try to trim it to, or Knights an opportunity to trim it to 2, and they do. And who else but thanks to number 7 and Taylor Albers, the junior outside hitter. She was a big part of that 8-0 run in the first set, in case you're just joining us. If she can find a way to get the Knights back up front, it'll certainly switch the match on its shoulders. And that is certainly one way to do it. And the pivot and the push out of play off the hands of Bottoms is certainly going to make Woodlan stop to think it over. We'll step aside. 18-17 in advantage of Woodlan. But the Knights trying to step on up.
Game day, the moment athletes live for. The intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
(18-17) our score here in set number 2. The Knights down by as many as 4 in the second, now with an opportunity to try to even it up as Taylor Albers with a chance. Swings this one across. Dug up by Peoples on the reception. It's back over to Bottoms. Now another chance up front. Swung up again by Albers. They go to the midsection. Back over to Peoples. Back up front. Swing, tip, Floto! On the board and in! And going with a little bit of the Fortnite cheer to even the match at 18. And even the set at 18, I beg your pardon. Chance again, tipped down, they go back row. Finds Crozier. Crozier again, up and into the net. And the Knights back on top, 19-18. And all of a sudden, it feels like this match has started to kind of twist on its head just a little bit. As the Knights won the first set 25-20. But let that one sail out, and we're even back at 19. And a Knights team, again, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, has only seen above 500 twice over the last 10 seasons, finishing one season at 500 in the interim, however. It's only 3 times in the last 10 seasons. Meanwhile, Woodlan has been historically one of the more dominant programs here in the 2-6-0. But as they continue to try to keep things going. And a quick ace, this time from the hands of Maddie Halsey. And the Warriors back on top, 20-19. As there's a part of you that thinks that maybe a little bit this could have the opportunity of maybe attempting to go the distance. As both teams have certainly been evenly matched. Again, Woodlan, long dominant fours, but Bishop Luers certainly a well-improved Luers team under the direction of Lisa Price. Gets this one lobbed off the hand. And this time back on the boards thanks to number 7 in the freshman and Maggie Smith. 21-20 Woodlan. And McKenna Smith now with a chance. Smith gets this one across. Another chance, lob down, gets it over to DeFluter. DeFluter into the net it goes on the deflection. And so the Warriors now make it 22-20. And Woodlan trying to even the match up. They're 3 away from doing so. Here's Smith now. Lobbed off the hands of Vasquez, still kept live. We go back to the DeFluter, down and in. Clear DeFluter gets it on the board. And the Knights now within 1. And what has been a very hotly contested second set here tonight at Bishop Luers. They get this one across. Now back over to Crozier. Crozier again. They go back row again. This time DeFluter. That is sailed out of play. It is sailed out of the box. And it's a 2-point game with 2 more to try to call it a second set at least. And who else but number 8 and Lexi Peoples to try to make it happen. Sailed up front for Peoples for an ace. And a set point opportunity for the Warriors. As we take a look at that again one more time. Powered by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning as Luers will take their second time. We'll take their first timeout. 24-21 our score. 40. Again, it has been really back and forth we go, but Woodlan trying to pull away to try to even this matchup at 1 game apiece. As a reminder, coming up tomorrow on Summit City Sports, more action for you coming up on the pitch, we should say, with soccer. And for those of you who were just watching East Noble and Leo, we welcome you inside our humble abode here at Bishop Luers. First time we've been at Luers in quite some time. Tomorrow night, we'll have Canterbury taking on Homestead on the boys' side, and Concordia heads over to Bishop Dwenger on the girls' side for soccer right here on Summit City Sports. 6:30, 7:30 respective start times for those games. And Norwell and Dwenger will have that for you for volleyball at Dwenger coming up tomorrow night. Bree Peoples now to get it over. She lobs it back. Have another chance. Gets it back over to DeFluter. DeFluter hit over to Anderson. Shuts it down. And so just like that, the Warriors go on a quick surge at second set to even the match at 1 game apiece. And all of a sudden, you have yourselves a brand new match right here at Bishop Luers. So we go to the second, as we are even at 1 apiece, with Woodlan taking set number 2, 25-21. Luers winning the first, 25-20. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We're having a lot of fun, and guess what? It's only going to continue. Back in a moment.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cup Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
We're back here as we go to set number 3. Joe Northern alongside the glue of this operation, Gavin Word. And on a great Monday night, glad you're with us here. For those of you who were just watching East Noble and Leo, the Lions winners in that one, 3-1 in boys soccer. So we will see them again coming up a little bit later on this season. Thanks to 2 great long posts from Cooper Abel. As this one brought across in time, this one swung down from Anderson. Anderson on the return. Gets back over to Peoples. Peoples again finds Garcia. Garcia again up front, swung down and out of play. So the Knights quickly answering back off the tip to make it 1-0. Here and now a matchup that has certainly become what was a best of 2, best of 5. Now is a best of 3. As it doesn't hit the angle in time to go to Kayla DeFluter. And again, you take a look at leaders again for both sides of these teams. Again, a young Bishop Luers team. Only 3 seniors in the varsity squad, led by Taylor Albers, 2.3 kills per set coming into tonight's match. Victoria Strack leading on the heady percentage at .163. But certainly some help from Claire DeFluter on the board to make it now 2-1. And what's been a great night here thus far. And back into the hands, again, once more of DeFluter. Or I beg your pardon, this time of MJ Burrell. Swung up from Bottoms, got it. Katie Bottoms gets it quickly on the board. We are now even at 2. Again, it's going to be really a tale of who's going to find the quick edge of momentum here in this match thus far that'll certainly make the difference as this game will progress here tonight. But certainly it has been back and forth we go, but Woodlan, thanks to a strong late second set surge, as that's off the tweeter and in on the board for the Warriors. And it's been leaders again up front. We mentioned Katie Bottoms. Lexi Peoples made a lot of noise. Alyssa Anderson as well. Anderson again leading the way coming into tonight's match in kills percent, heading percentage, and total blocks. As this one swung out of play, but on the board, they got it off the tip. So Woodlan getting the quick point off the tip. And back in time, 4-2. So we'll see what Alyssa Anderson can do in the meantime. This one swung over and across. Tipped down and in. Taylor Albers on the quick answer back to make it now 4-3. An advantage of Woodlan, but certainly the Knights far from away from it. Smith gets this one across, but not high enough. And just into, we should say that's going to be a call into the net, we should say. As Smith got a little too close, or Albers got a little too close for comfort. (5-3) the advantage. But into the net that goes, and an opportunity for the Knights to tie it 5-4. Once we get a chance, we will let you know of some of the other action coming on later this week here on the network, including our Friday night schedule, which, boy, we've got a pretty intriguing slate for you for Friday Night Football, but right now it's all about the volleyball. As this one swung across, down and in time, and gets it to go. Bree Peoples on the swing across. As you can hear the Woodlan bench say, yeah, Bree. And exactly, yeah, Bree indeed. Thanks to the quick push. Here's Halsey. Halsey lobs this one high, but out of play. 6-5 the advantage of Woodlan, but the Knights trying to get back into the swing of things again. This is all of a sudden now a best 2 out of 3. With Luers winning the first, Woodlan taking home the second. So regardless, this will be a first win for either team. Not going to finish in a sweep of some sort. Sure, potentially you could win 3 sets in a row in the middle if you're Woodlan. Or if you're Bishop Luers, you win. Well, actually, no, if you're Luers, if you win your next 2, it won't be a sweep at any stretch of the imagination. Smith hits this one into the net, 7-6. So we're gridlocked right now in the middle here, 7-6 between two teams again. It's what it seemed to be initially in 2 opposite directions, but now for Bishop Luers, a chance to really try to climb into the conversation. This one tipped over and got it. And a reach over going to go against the Warriors. And all of a sudden, you've got yourself even at 7 apiece here in the third. So 7-7, but into the net it goes against the Knights, and this time off the hands of number 10 in Floto. So Aubriana Floto gets it on the board. Chance now upcoming again for Lexi Peoples. Into the net she goes. 8-8 the advantage here. To Fluter. Gets it back over to Smith. Smith lobbed across. Gets this one back. Swung across over to Garcia. Gets it off the tip and in. As Garcia answers the call quickly now to make it 9-8. And so all of a sudden, the Knights again trying to find a way to charge up front. And get an all-important home win. Again, we're still midway through. Plenty of volleyball still left to be played. How about clear to Fluter again up front? And another commanding swing off the hands of number 9. As the Florida gets it across. Kayla DeFloride, and an ace! (11-8), and Woodlan will call a timeout. We'll take it with them. The Knights up by 3. Timmy Trumpet playing here at Luers Gymnasium. Back in a moment.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
11-8 the advantage of Bishop Luers. As they won the first set 25-20. Woodlan taking the second 25-21. But the Knights now all of a sudden on a quick 4-0 run here in the third. Can they continue to ride the momentum and try to steal it to go to a fourth? This one swung across, but not in time as Maggie Smith gets it on the board to make it now 11-9. Here in set number 3. Joe Northern, Gavin Wirt, delighted to have you with us. And the push across now coming again from Maggie Smith. Smith again gets this one across. Connects back, finds Garcia. Garcia down up front, finds Peoples. Peoples again, opposite side, swung on and in! As Katie Bottoms finds the back of the court and in. And a commanding swing across from the number 1. As she gets it down and in to cut the lead to 1. And out of play. Even at 11 here in the third. And all thanks to the hands now of Maggie Smith. Smith again on the reach. Sails it out. The Knights get a quick break on it. And now make it a 1-point game, 35-34. Actually, I beg your pardon, 12-11. Looking at a different number scene, 35-34. My apologies. This one brought over now over to Brell. Brought down back over to Anderson. Anderson again. Gets this one over to Peoples. Peoples on the chase. Into the net. And the Knights back up by 2, 13-11. And Bishop Luers again trying to play spoiler here in the third. They've done a great job here tonight of continuing to command the front line. But the Warriors again trying to battle back here as this one sailed across. Still live. Chipped over to Albers. Albers. DeFloride. Down to Albers again. Gets it down in front. And just the reach over tip in time to cut it back to it, to extend it back to a 3-point game. 14-11 here in the third. Brought over now from Brell. Goes into the net we play on. But Bishop Luers again trying to continue to play spoiler here tonight and get a commanding effort they've had here this evening. As they trail, as they lead by 2. Match even at 1 game apiece. Swing across and out of play. So the side outs have haunted the Knights just a little bit, especially in the mid of the match as it stands right now, just like it haunted Woodlan early on. Another swing over. Now another chance. This went down in the box, but out of play. It looked like it was a quick out of the box swing, but not to be the case. And we are even now at 14. As Alyssa Anderson now with an opportunity. Anderson, run jump serve. Gets it back over to Smith. Smith again, tipped over, out of play. Off the tip of Peoples. And the Knights again returning to a lead. 15-14 here in set number 3. And what has been an awfully entertaining matchup here tonight. That one goes into the net, not going to do anything. As Kayla Smith will get that inside. So back even again at 15 as you see number 5, Tori Crozier, ready to bring it across. Crozier gets it over. They go back midcourt. Swung down, still kept live. They go to Floto. Dug by Bottoms. Into the net, not in time. Bottoms was trying to, or bigger pardon, Peoples trying to run to it. Could not get it to go. And just like that, it is 16-15. And the Knights trying to pull away. Here's Aleska Vasquez. Vasquez gets it up the middle. Swung down, tip off the nets. And it just feels like it's a back and forth affair. We don't know how it's going to turn one direction or another. But we certainly know it's been a fun one here tonight and still a lot more left to go. As you feel like this has the feeling of maybe going the distance. Into the net it goes, opposite side. Back on the board for Luers. Make it now 17-16. Chance across again for the Knights. That one sails out. So again, just a tale of trading points. If anything you can do, I can do better. And I can do anything better than you. Another swing across, this time for the hands of DeFloride. But sailed in time as it just got the edge of the box. So a big break for the Warriors, 18-17 late here in the third. And now can they find a run of momentum late here in the third? So this is down to Smith. Smith gets it over and an ace. She was trying to connect on the pass over to DeFloride, but can't get it to go. And it's 19-17, an advantage of Woodlan. Trying to take a late third set victory. And another ace. Back to back on the board. This time coming in from Tori Crozier. And it's 20-17, an advantage of Woodlan. Well, don't forget, Friday night is a great night for football here on Summit City Sports. We'll have 7 games for you on the docket here this week, led by what might be an early NE8 game of the month, potentially, as 2 teams at the top of the table, East Noble and DeKalb, taking it on at Barron Stadium. Myself and Jake Havlin will be out there for that one coming up on Friday night. Other action includes Eastside and Churubusco. We'll also have Bishop Luers taking on Southside, Wayne taking on Snyder, Concordia at Northside, New Haven taking on Leo, and Bluffton taking on Woodlan. That'll be coming up on Friday night right here on Summit City Sports and the Summit City Sports YouTube channel. So the Warriors now on a quick resurgent run. They're on a 4-0 run of their own. They lead at 20-17 here in the third. This time, sailed grazed in time for Vasquez. Gets it down over to Floto. Floto sails again up front. Lobbed over, free ball for Smith. And got it! As Smith gets it down in time on the board. Number 7 and Maggie Smith, we should say, the freshman. And it's 21-17. Woodlan on a late third set surge, trying to close Luers out here in the third to go up 2-1. Sailed up opposite side. They go back to Floto. Out of play. And so the Warriors now make it a 6-0 run. Woodlan went on a very similar run of this to start here in the first. But it's been the Warriors who've been able to capitalize on late game situations. Brought across, but out of play. So it sails out of the box to make it 22-18 here in the third. And Woodlan trying to ride the momentum, but Bishop Luers not looking back. And to the net it goes, 5-point game. 23-18. The Knights down by 5, Warriors up by 5. Trying to go up 1-0. And another push across. How about an ace? And a set point opportunity. And that is, I believe, from our counts, number 4 tonight for Lexi Peoples on the aces. Can she find a way to do it again here to close it out? Lobbed up by Vasquez. Goes up to the floor. Blocked it in! Who else but Alyssa Anderson to find a way to close it out? And just like that, the Warriors battle back yet again in a late set situation and win it 25-18 in the third. One more look at that block for you. So as we go to the fourth, it's the Warriors trying to close things out in a mid-match sweep. Bishop Luers trying to fight to go for 5. We'll find out more to tell you coming up in just a moment. This is high school girls volleyball on SummitCitySports.com.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSM, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at PSMSports.com.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it. I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them. We ain't never making up. Back for everything I ever lost. I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth. We in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bow. Oh God. Let her cook. All this sauce.
We go to the fourth, and it has been Woodlan on a late set surge, winning the last two, as you see on the screen, 25-18, 25-21. Luers taking the first, 25-20, but the Warriors certainly on a late set surge. Well, again, tomorrow coming up on Summit City Sports, more volleyball for you, as we'll see the lone team that has defeated Woodlan as it stands this season, Norwell, as they take on Bishop Dwenger. Should be a great matchup coming up from the home of the Saints, coming up tomorrow night, about a 7 p.m. start time. We'll have that for you right here on Summit City Sports. And then Thursday night, We'll have Leo and Heritage for you, a very good state-ranked Heritage team. Headed over to the Lions Den coming up on Thursday night. So your volleyball for the week lined up. Some great matches right here on SummitCitySports.com. Joe Northern, Gavin Wirt, and what's been a great evening here thus far with the Warriors now trying to quickly pull ahead late here in this fourth set. Or in this matchup, we should say. They lead it 2-1, but certainly have some work left to do here. Taking a look at least for these teams' upcoming schedules, Woodlan will actually be headed over to Leo coming up tomorrow night. And an all-important non-con but inter-EACS matchup. And then welcoming Jay County, or actually they'll be welcoming Leo and Jay County coming up this week, and then welcoming Bluffton on the 16th. Meanwhile, for Bishop Luers, they head over to DeKalb tomorrow night, and then over to Wayne on Thursday before headed this weekend for the Lapel Invitational. We know they'll be taking on at least Columbus East. I'm sure of the other opponents according to Max Preps as it stands right now. We know tentatively the next time we plan to be out here will be on the 24th, as Heritage will take on Bishop Luers right here at Bishop Luers. But again, waiting to get those schedules finalized as it stands. But nonetheless, a Bishop Luers team that has certainly earned more respect this season from its opponents and trying to right the ship just a little bit more. And with the young core to really help lead the charge, they've done a great job doing just that here from what we've seen in this match. But Woodlan has certainly dominated thanks to those late set situations. Not only thanks to its star blocker, Alyssa Anderson, but also to Bree Peoples and Lexi Peoples. Anderson again gets a quick swing on that one to make it even a 1. One apiece here in the fourth set. And swung up and down and in. Maggie Smith with a quick ace on the board for her own. And so Smith answers back on a quick ace. And it's 2-1. Take a look at that again quickly one more time. Might as well run it on a loop. She gets another. 3-1 Warriors. And so Woodland certainly a resurgent team as this one goes into the net. As they are trying to find their way back into this one. One sails over and out of play. And back on the board again for Woodland, make it 4-2. And again, this is a Woodland team that has been the story of Class 2, at least regionally as it stands. Got oh so close. One game away from going to Ball State for the final, but again with the Final Four finish, one of their highest finishes in program history. But this one, a reach-in, going to go over the Warriors to cut the lead down to 1, 4-3. The Knights certainly still want to keep things rather interesting and awfully close in doing just that. As it is 3-4. Advantage of Woodland. This one swung over now to find Smith. Smith again gets this lobbed over in time over to Smith. They try to look for the up front push. This one, a little collision at midcourt. Now they go back row again. Connect over to Peoples. Blocked again up front from Flotto. Another chance. Swung down and in. As Katie Bottoms again has done a great job of finding the back of the box here tonight. And has certainly continued to do just that as the Warriors lead it by 2. 5-3 our score. And another chance up coming now for Tori Crozier. Crozier on the run. Crozier Lobs it over. Connects back, tipped up front. Bree Peoples able to meet up front on the block. And the lead back to 3, 6-3. And all of a sudden it is Woodlan trying to ride the momentum late here in set number 4. As they lead at 6-3 over Bishop Luers. It's back over to Crozier. Crozier again, gets this one lifted. Back over to connect to Smith. Smith again on the run. This one chased down and out of the box. Well, actually finding the edge of the box, we should say. It looked like it sailed out from our vantage point again to give you kind of a little sense of where we're at. We are kind of about a quarter of a way on the court, right behind the Bishop Luers bench. But nonetheless, still some great sight lines for you here at the home of the Knights here tonight. This one, block tipped again from Peoples, still kept live. Now another chance again, over to Lexi Peoples. Back row they go, and out of play. As Vasquez is trying to get the run for it. But the Warriors now up 8-3 on a quick 4-0 run. And it looks like Coach Lisa Price will take a timeout. We'll take it with her as the Warriors get it ever so closer, trying to finish this one off here at the home of here tonight.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
8-3 our score here in the 4th. And it has certainly been a Woodland run here late here in this 4th set. Late here in the match, we should say, but still early on here in the 4th. 8-3 our score as that one sails out. And Luers will have a chance to try to get right back at it. But again, you take a look at the scoring as Woodland dropped the first set 20-25, but have since found a way to right the ship, winning the second by 4, 25-21, and then 25-18 in the third. It has certainly been the Warriors trying to find their way, and again, a mid-sweep sweep. It would be only the second time they've dropped a set this season, as they lost in 3 straight to Norwell back on August 28th. But again, only dropping 1 set so far in your 2025 campaign. Certainly nothing to sneeze at this season. They get it back over to the floor day. Another chance. Swung up, down, got it. Gets it inside the box. This number 7 and Maggie Smith, the freshman, and the dynamite match she's had thus far. A lot of different players we can look for to say is her Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game. But we will have that for you coming up at the conclusion of tonight's game. And a sailed in ace again once more as Michaela Gruber answers it right back. And the Warriors all of a sudden out to their largest lead again tonight at 7 points. Dug up, block tip by Peoples. Goes back over to Smith. Smith again, down to Maggie Smith, we should say. As Maggie Smith gets it across and in time. 12-4 advantage of the Warriors. And they are certainly fighting their way late here in set number 4. Lobbed across opposite direction. Swung tip, goes down over to Floto. Floto again, opposite side. Gets this swung on, down and in. Lexi Peoples with a commanding swing. And the Warriors all of a sudden on a 9-0 run here in the 4th set. And have certainly tried to open the door and try to close another door here on this match. Still plenty of time left to go, but a 9-point game. Brought over by Gruber. They go back up front. Swung down to Florida. Saved in time. They go over to Bottoms. Tip up front to Floto. Block again by Peoples. Sails out. 14-4 our score. And the Warriors with a late fourth set surge. Now absolutely just trying to all but finish this if they can. Bishop Luers struggling to find a few answers. Serve across and an ace. 15-4 advantage of Woodlan. As Michaela Gruber now all of a sudden make a case for her to be the Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game. Gruber across. Gets this back. Sets up a Floto. Dug up in time, and that is how the run comes to a close. But not before, by our counts, 11 in a row for Woodlan. 11 in a row to make it 15-5 late here in the fourth. Still far from over if you're Bishop Luers. Still have an opportunity to try to sail back into this one. Chance up front. Peoples out of the box. So sail it out from the hands of Bree Peoples. And it is 15-6 advantage of the Warriors. This one cut across opposite direction. Gets this back, dug up opposite side. They get it lobbed over back to Smith. Smith again, gets this over. Cuts back, down low, got it. And trailed off the hands this time of Maggie Smith getting it on the board. As the freshman has certainly made a lot of noise here tonight as well. And it's just a really complete team effort tonight for Woodlan. So it's really hard to single out one player versus another here tonight. McKenna Smith gets it over and an ace. And the route certainly on here at the home of the Knights. As the Warriors getting ever so closer trying to finish this one off. 17-6. Sails back over to Crozier. Crozier again. Gets this across. Finds Smith. Smith opposite side. Smith again. Gets this swung over. Blocked up at the net. Now another chance upcoming. Swung up top. Finds Gruber. Gruber again. On the run. Back row they go. Another chance upcoming. Swung down and in. Alyssa Anderson on the return. And gets the commanding jump swing up front to go up by a baker's dozen. 18-6. And the Warriors tripling up on the Knights right here in the fourth. Gets this up and over. High over the head of Smith, still kept live. Free ball opportunity from Gruber upcoming. Chance again, tipped. Gets this all the way back. Sets over to Smith. Smith again. High tip, connects over for Eager. Still kept live by Woodlan. Another tip in time from DeFlordier. Now another chance, sailed out and out of play. 18-7 we play on. And so the Warriors up by 11, but the Knights not going quietly into it. Into the night, we should say. Trail by 11 here in the fourth. Another chance up front. They get this one across. Swung tip, a little reach over into the net. It goes against Luers. Looks like maybe a quad hit. We saw number 4, but actually a reach over into the net. That's going to go against number 4 and Vaste Garcia. So Garcia going to get the reach over and to correct it to make it 19-7. As Lexi Peoples now ready to bring it over. Peoples again to bring it across. Gets this over. Now again, commanding swing. Great up front again by Smith. Smith again. Gets this over front row. Another push. Down. Block again. Anderson tries to get a hand on it. Couldn't get it to go. Now it's Bree Peoples again. Looks for the direction. Tip over. Got a lift going to go against Luers. And the largest lead of the night just continues to add up as it's 20-7 advantage of Woodlan. And the Warriors know they're ever so closer, going to 7-1. So they've got a nice 2-game homestand coming up later this week, beginning with Leo tomorrow night. The swing up coming now from Lexi Peoples. Swung high, and they got to go back in the box again. They go to Smith. Mid-row they go. Chance again upcoming. Swung down. A commanding swing up front from the freshman and Smith. Still kept live. Another save from Kayla Smith. Now another chance. Tipped down again. It goes over to the hands of Gruber. DeFlores sails out of play. A lot of back row swings, one way or another. But nonetheless, it's a 14-point game. And it's a Woodlan winner, or ever so closer to being a Woodlan winner here tonight. Sailed up, tipped, blocked, and still kept live. Palm call going to go against. They'll make it a quad hit, but potentially could have been a palm against a Flordier. And make it 22-5. Well, no doubt. Again, a lot of nominees for your Parkview Sports Medicine Player of the Game. As Peoples hits this one into the net of Lexi Peoples, the Concordia transfer. You could also potentially give it to Maggie Smith with a late set surge. Helping trying to shut things down. The senior and Alyssa Anderson as well, the dual sport player. And over from Gruber. Gruber tipped over. Swung over by Smith. Gets this one lobbed across. Again a save by Smith. Gets it back. Her sister helps her, and McKenna Smith. Another push. Tipped down by Anderson. No double. They say play on. Goes back over to Smith. Blocked up and got it. As she gets it up and over in time. And all of a sudden it feels like the hands of Maggie Smith have certainly made the difference here in this match. Especially in this late fourth set resurgence. She also made a lot of noise late in the third too. 23-8 Woodlan. Chance at swing upcoming this time. Up into the net, still kept live opposite way. They don't rule it a fourth, they say play on. Chance again over to Peoples. Dug up by Smith. Now another chance. Hit over and save. Garcia with a commanding swing over to Peoples. Now this one sails out. Off the hands of number 13 in Michaela Gruber. And we play on. 23-9 late here in the fourth. The Knights trying to battle back ever so closer, but trail it by 14. Here we go again. Here's Strack. Gets it up and over into the net. So Bishop Luers finding a little bit of light here late in the fourth, but we'll have some work left to do. Another swing across, this time off in the hands of Woodlan. Tipped over. They get this back over to find Gruber. Gruber again, opposite side. Gets this down. Connects back. Gets it over to Peoples. Peoples lobs it back. Gets over. Saved by Gruber. Chance again upcoming. Gruber again up front. Gets it back over to find Smith. Smith again. Swung over. Across. It is off the tip. They do rule it off the tip. So it looked like it got off the tip of maybe number 4 and Emma McDaniel, the defensive specialist. And so the Knights now on a quick 3-0 run here in the fourth, 23-11. And a chance up coming now for Victoria. Strack sails this one across. Strack again finds Anderson. Connects back over to find Garcia. Garcia on the run. Garcia almost a chance to sail it out, but a judgment call. Peoples again gets it over. Gets over, finds Albers. Albers again, opposite side. Connects back. Connects over with Cooper. Cooper again down and in, and it's match point and advantage of Woodlan. And so the Warriors just one away from going for a mid-game sweep after dropping the first and finishing this off in 4. Swung over into the net. That's how it comes to a close. So your final in 4, it's Woodlan. After dropping the first, finding a quick way to close it out as they win it in 4. And a commanding fourth, we should say, 20-25, 25-21, 25-18, 25-11. Our Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game is going to go to, I have to give it honestly to number 7 in Maggie Smith. Smith had a commanding late set resurgence in the 3rd and 4th set to get on the board and win the match and help her teammates sail into the match. Not often we give it to a freshman for your player of the game, but Maggie Smith certainly deservedly so here tonight as the Warriors win it in 3 games to 1, winning the 4th 25-11. Don't forget, tomorrow night we will join you from Bishop Dwenger as the Normal Knights take on Bishop Dwenger. We'll go on the air just before 7 p.m. from the home of the Saints tomorrow night. For all of us here at Summit City Sports, Joe Northern and Gavin Ort saying so long from the home of the Knights, where Woodlan takes it 3-1 here in an important mid-game matchup. So long, everybody.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.